Everything's recording, live's on. Make sure you turn your mic on, Mr. Ricker.
It's on.
Okay.
Let me get this brought up.
Is your mic on, Amy? Okay. Just making sure.
Minutes were from I'll open the meeting, and we have minutes from March 31st. Is that the one?
Correct.
That were sent out previously? If I can have a motion to approve those minutes. And I will second. And those in favor say aye. Aye. That is carried. All right. Business this morning is we have tax abatements from Auburn Renewables, Magic Coil Products, Paragon Steel, Country Heritage, IGDB Biogas, and Technoblock at Midwest Corporation. Let's see here. The Technoblock, this will be the last one. And the Magic Coil, this will be their last one also. Before we discuss these, I did say something to Dave. I don't know that I talked to you about this, Amy, but this becomes such a scramble trying to get these visitations made before this first meeting in June. And I wasn't sure whether the holdup was in the assessor's office, the auditor's office, or the actual companies. And I did go in and see that, like the one, they didn't turn their paperwork in until May 15th. So I don't know that we would have gotten much more time because it has to go through the assessor's office and the auditor's office before we get this list. But we need to do something next year about getting our these out. We can't do anything. We can't do anything until they turn their paperwork in.
Right, and May 15th is the
Deadline?
So
okay,
so our hands, unless they come in early, let me look.
we could go
Most of
ahead. We
these-
could go ahead and schedule the.
I mean, you would know from here which ones you would need to do, whether they turn their form. I mean, pretty much.
We're in a meeting.
Pretty much all but two were not filed until the 14th and 15th of May.
Okay.
So.
Well, maybe we just go ahead and have the.
If we know which ones we're looking at, if we can reach out to them maybe ahead of time, and then if the paperwork isn't, in on time, then we deal with that and not.
I think that's the thing to do.
But only having literally 5 days to schedule, and I was in the middle of graduation things and had a couple of other things.
And I had time away scheduled, so it did.
So, I mean, you have this, so you know now
For sure.
for these, and then the only ones would be if there's something new that we.
Just put up.
Right.
I'll put a note in that May 1st next year we'll reach out and schedule the visits and just let them know that we can't actually make the visit until you've turned your paperwork in.
Right.
So.
Or even if we can pencil it in for that time period, we at least know ahead where we can plan.
Well, if they have to have it in by the 15th, we could call them all on May 1st and schedule everything for after May 15th. And it would be, we could actually spread it out a couple of weeks then if we had to. So.
Well, you probably could go prior to that and then in this meeting, and then when you recommend a full council, you'll be able to say whether they actually turn their paperwork in. I mean, I know
We would all, I mean, we would know ahead of time anyway who we would need to visit with, potentially.
Yeah.
Because they are all, had been here before.
Right, right, and,
The only ones are those, if they're in the last couple of years and they're not filing their paperwork.
and I think
This
we've
is the
got,
first-
we'll have, 2 new ones, it'll be their first time next year at Arbor Woods and whatnot, so. All right, so anyway, we'll address
And
that.
those, we would at least know about because they're a county one.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll make a note to, we'll do this on May 1st. We'll reach out to them next year so that we don't have that scramble. All right, with that, I know that Dave made a number of the visits. You made several. I was only able to make just one, but from my discussion with Dave last night, the ones that he made, everybody was in compliance. In fact, he was rather impressed with, and I really wanted to see this biogas one.
Irish Acres,
Yeah,
it was an amazing visit. For something what they do with cow manure
yeah,
and just the whole thinking behind the process, it was pretty cool. It was very neat. And to know that they put all that infrastructure in and it was just under 10 months. I mean, so they've really only been up and running for a short time, but and their capacity, it's,
well,
I hope they can get it dialed in and it helps a lot more
gonna say-
farmers and helps the environment too.
I was gonna say, and a good renewable. So, all right, well, if I can have a motion to make a recommendation to the full council that these 6 companies are in compliance with their tax abatement,
I'll make that motion.
and I'll second it. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. And that is carried, so I think that concludes our business. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn,
I'll make that motion.
and I'll second it, and we are adjourned.